So I recently realized that I don't slow down long enough to reflect on my life. And this past year has been a very busy period with new yoga space and moving, expanding our wellness center, and of course all the programs that we've launched. I'm in my 40s now, and lupus has been a companion with me for some time now. So last week, I was in our signature hot yoga class here at Alkaline Wellness Center, and I was flowing through our sequence dripping sweat and trying to reach for my foot for our standing bow pose. It's a pose that requires you to stand on one foot while keeping the pelvis square, core active, back bend without hyperarching, arm extended, head over shoulders, and shoulders drawn down. All of this creates tremendous input and circuits to the brain, resulting in the beautifully challenging pose. I had a flashback to when I was first diagnosed with lupus. I was overwhelmed with weakness, pain, and fatigue. I felt out of control over my body and life, so much so that I felt lost. But there in front of the mirror, I locked eyes with myself, reflecting on my suffering, strength, and love, all of which were converging to come together in this one powerful pose. I realized in weakness, we find strength. In sorrow, we find true happiness, and in suffering, we find joy. That life ultimately is about the balance of polarities. The feelings are so much more felt with lupus. And because in sickness, I found health. In hard times, I found courage. And in pain, I found pleasure in the simple things life has to offer. Such dichotomies make life worth living. Because beauty is found within. And when losing my hair to a point of having bald spots on my head, I almost lost my mind. I frantically sought out dermatologists and immunologists in search of a magic pill as a solution to stop the madness. That was really the breaking point. I saw myself as who I truly was, a woman in her 20s who cared so deeply about the way she looked. Perhaps being beautiful was an identity for me. When faced with no hair, I truly felt lost and so depressed. So desperate for a solution, I now have supplements that get you healthy locks or help you with getting healthy locks. They've worked amazingly for me, and I no longer struggle with thin nails that rip like paper and lifeless thin hair that was barely hanging on to the follicles on my head. Today, I enjoy shiny, healthy locks that my own stylist raves about. But it wasn't a simple process to get to where I am today. It's not just about the supplements that I take. It was certain foods that I stopped eating and choosing to balance my life by getting rid of unnecessary stress, committing to getting stronger by practicing yoga every day, and realizing that the healing was fully within my control. I began to cultivate self-love toward myself and showed this love by doing everything to help myself heal. And that's really when I started to heal and get my hair back. So it really is a mindset shift. This mindset shift placed me in the driver's seat of my health and life. Rather than thinking my doctors had all the answers, I got busy doing whatever it took to get healthy. I placed myself on an elimination diet plan. The link should be down below. It's a free little download that you can download, and figured out what foods I can and cannot eat. I slowly began to heal, but I had lots of gut issues, like I struggled with irritable bowel syndrome. So in order to heal, I began my alkaline detox protocol, which led me to finally decrease inflammation and get nourished. The link to the alkaline detox protocol is also down below. I also began to practice yoga in a deep way, tuning inward and applying breath with movement. And I became very intentional about that. And all the above collectively helped me to get out of my negative thinking, and I began to focus on healing. The secret is in our intentions. We can be deliberate about our thoughts, feelings, and actions. Once I realized this, my hair began to grow super fast. My body became stronger, and I know when my body begins to get out of balance. So you need to have an honest reflection on yourself. When I talk about my hair loss and sickness with my close friends who saw me through that time in my life, we talk about how far I've come. I used to be a super type A person who was very insecure. Anxiety and stress were the drivers of my life as a graduate student, and I believe this led me to get so far away from balance to cause lupus to manifest in my life. I'm a believer that lupus has allowed me to become a better version of myself. Thank you so much for listening, and if you enjoy my work, please like us on Facebook and write a review. Also, subscribe to our newsletter on lupusrebel.com where you can get freebies no matter where you are in your lupus journey. And also, subscribe to our YouTube channel, Dr. Connie Jian, as well as our social media outlets, Pinterest, Instagram, and also Facebook at Lupus Rebel. I'll see you guys all next week.